The 5 most important takeaways about the Yankees losing last night. Hembo, let's go.
Number 5.
Garrett Cole is not a big game pitcher, Greeny. He's not a big game pitcher. I think people have this wrong this morning. They didn't pay him $324 million to win games like that. They paid him $324 million to win that exact game. You're pitching against the Red Sox at Fenway Park in a winner-take-all game, and he got 6 outs. Garrett Cole got 6 outs last night. I don't want to hear about the hamstring. He's Garrett Cole. He's the highest-paid player in the history of baseball. And what would most concern me as a fan of the New York Yankees, and now there's obviously a lot of distrust in this relationship because he cheated on you last night, Garrett Cole in 20 starts since Major League Baseball cracked down on foreign substances allowed 21 homers with a 4.3 earned run average. I would be really concerned that the Garrett Cole that I signed out of Houston is not the Garrett Cole I'm going to get for the next 7 years.
Nuno, how you feel?
I completely agree, but I would also say Garrett Cole is the guy you paid to win the game that he lost that he didn't pitch well against the Blue Jays earlier last week, where that would have given him home field advantage, where those stand bombs would have gone out and you probably win the game.
So it's Cole's fault twice. That's essentially what we take out of number 5.
Number
Correct.
4.
Greeny, this Yankees lineup is built to win in 2001, but not in 2021. They're just not. Nathan Eovaldi yesterday, the Red Sox starter, was just totally arrogant with his fastball. He threw 35 fastballs in that game. 28 of them were in the zone. That is an unprecedented rate against this Yankees lineup. Essentially what Nathan Eovaldi said yesterday is, you're not good enough to hit my fastball. And the Yankees proved him right because they have a bunch of guys with slow bats who can obviously run into them from time to time. But generally speaking, this is not a lineup that can sort of match what current big league rotations throw at them. They don't generate runs the way they should. They ranked 11th this year in the American League. Only 28% of their base runners this year came around to score, which ranked dead last in baseball. This is a lineup that was built to win 20 years ago, but not for the environment today.
Firing everybody, Nuno?
Well, they need to make changes, especially if you want to be a quote-unquote analytical team. You're horrendous with on the base pass. You have guys who can't hit. So, yes, you need to fire someone and make some changes with your lineup.
Now, the 5 big things in our green list today, biggest takeaways about last night's game.
Number 3.
Fenway Park made a huge difference in yesterday's Greeny. You asked me yesterday how might the ballpark impact the outcome here, and I said it's not likely to, and I was dead wrong because the most important play in that game came in the 6th inning when Giancarlo Stanton rocketed one off the monster, and Kike Hernandez, backing up from center field, delivered a perfect relay throw to Xander Bogaerts, who delivered a perfect relay throw home, and that, like you said, was the game. Because if that ties the game, we could look at this thing from a whole different perspective. But the way that the Red Sox handled that play and the fact that the Red Sox hosted this game instead of the Yankees might have wound up being the difference in the game.
And that goes back to what Nuno just said about some of those games the Yankees gave away during the season. Again, a reminder, these teams finished tied this regular season, so that went on a tiebreaker there. Next.
Number 2.
The Yankees, Greeny, are an ordinary franchise. They're not the Yankees that I grew up with. This is a team that, forget World Series championships. Yankees fans like to, count their rings. This team has won 1 division title in the last 9 years. The Yankees have 1 division championship in the last 9 years, and the Red Sox have won 2 championships since the Yankees last played in a World Series. They've already been passed by Tampa. They're on the fast track to getting passed by Toronto. We could get a lot more of this in seasons to come.
All right, and that leaves us with
Number 1.
The Yankees should spend like drunken sailors this offseason. Like we just said in the New York only, this is a critical offseason for this team. And if they don't sort of lean into the one advantage they have, which is the ability to spend money like crazy, the Yankees are going to finish 4th in the American League East as soon as next season. They have a lot of big decisions to make, but one thing I can tell you with certainty is that their best path to remaining good right now is to spend $500 million this offseason.
It's fascinating to me, and that's our top 5. That's our top 5 green list today, because the question is, you just went through. You just said to me, the way you win in 21 is so different than it was in 01. Is spending all that money still the way you win in 21?
No, but it's still a better option for them than the alternative. What the Dodgers have been able to do, spending all sorts of money, is stay relevant while they build this player development system in the minor leagues, and that winds up manifesting in the big leagues. The Yankees can do both. They have enough money to do both.
All right.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.